Thank God for you tonight. And I've got something. I don't know what question you may have asked the Lord, but I've got a paper in my pocket. And I put down what was given me, and I'm going to share it with you.
Thank you.
Still, it's a happy Father's Day.
Amen.
And when you see God, I told someone I'm a father of future. I forgot to tell you that this morning. They asked, well, do you mentor? What do you do? Those are terms that are close to looking like what we do. When Christ comes into the life, he makes all the difference in the world. Please be seated. And I'm going to just help you to see something today with your eyes wide open. This is a wide opening thing. And what happens to most people is that we don't know how to respond at the appropriate level for the things that we say we want. We don't know how people act at that level. We're sometimes so into where we have been that it holds us where we are, and we don't reach the places. And this is why we need training, but in actual case setting. People need to take you like they do the Army. The Army does not leave you at home and say, train here. The Army says report to duty at the places we train. They have training facilities, and they do their training there. They show you, they go through the changes. They have people who are built in, who they know can help you become a good soldier. There are particular studies you must do. They tell you you're not behind the plow. You're in the Army now. They tell you your mama is not here. You cannot go home tonight. Your girlfriend is not here. You cannot go home. You are in basic training. And what could be more basic for a man to have basic training? Since God made man from the dust of the earth, he used basic things to make a man, and a man would have to have basic training. So when I look and I understand, if we are left to ourselves, as the scripture says, we can only bring shame. So today when I was riding in my car, the Lord said, the plantings of the Lord. I heard that word, but as I drove, I knew I would talk concerning the planting of the Lord. Our brother Nate Jacobs, I talked about him this morning, and the things they said, well, you tutored, you helped him, you did this. I said, well, really what I did was speak a word of life into his life. Seers see, not saw. It's always present. That's why I don't call them sawyers. The seer sees, and the seer sees future. Because regardless of what you have been, God always knows what's up. I'm so happy that we have a synthesis, which is the highest form of education and intellectual being. Is that synthesis, you put things together from information you have gathered. When I saw the Reverend Hicks take an example of going to Mrs. Anderson's house in Daytona Beach, he took that information. We had met that young man when that young man was 17 years old, just coming into prison in 1974, I believe it was. And now, all of these years, he's spent 25 mandatory years in prison. He came out of prison. But his mother was sitting at home, and we went by there. And here's what he said when he synthesized this morning. This is why reviews are so necessary. And I listened to him because I knew that the Holy Spirit of God was upon that man of God. And I wanted to hear, and I wanted to see, because there's so much more that you can do that has not rested itself outside of you. And if you pay attention and stop looking at how you normally do things, but do it at the pace that you should, you will find yourself meeting God on his schedule, because God has a schedule. God has a schedule, and he knows exactly what you have need of, and he knows when it should come to pass. And this is what I saw when he said, and we went to Mrs. Anderson's house. We went to that house, and she stayed there a few minutes and greeted us.